Hello, I'm Ty Mason of the DiabetesCouncil.com, researcher, writer, and I have type 2 diabetes. Today I want to give you some veggie ideas for your diabetes. After you watch the video today, I invite you to check out the description box for my new ebook. This is one of the most comprehensive diabetes meal planning books you'll find anywhere. It contains diabetes-friendly meals and recipes for different goals such as 800 or 1800 calories per day meal plans, diabetes meal planning tips and tricks, and there are tons of diabetes-friendly recipes for everyone. Now, I'm a fan of fresh fruits and vegetables. I think they're a great addition to any diabetes meal plan, but not all fruits and veggies are great. Some need to be eaten in moderation, while others can be eaten pretty much at every meal. Today, I want to give you my top 10 veggies that are great for your diabetes meal plan. And they're in no particular order, so here we go. Kale. Now, you've heard me talk about kale before. It's one of my superfoods, and according to my colleague Jennifer Blowers, kale definitely belongs on this list as well. She writes, quote, "Kale provides many micronutrients and antioxidants. It's rich in fiber, helping with glucose control, as well as essential vitamins such as beta-carotene and vitamins A, C, and K. Kale is a versatile ingredient. Kale also contains the carotenoids lutein and zeaxanthin, which studies have associated with preventing eye disorders and improving brain function. The glucosinolates found in kale and other cruciferous vegetables are sulfur-containing antioxidants associated with reducing cancer. Now, kale is truly a powerhouse, providing flavor, little effect on the blood sugar, and many significant health benefits. You can try it in soups, salads, stir-fry dishes, on sandwiches. However you want to go about it, kale is awesome. And kale and many other cruciferous vegetables are truly a great addition to your plate because the glycemic index is 32, but the glycemic load is just 1. Tomatoes. Okay, I know, tomato is technically a fruit, but so many people think of it as a veggie, I decided to add it to this list because it's a superfood for diabetes. An average-sized tomato, about the size of a baseball or maybe a little bigger, only has 28 calories. It has no fat, no cholesterol, 6 carbs only, and 4 grams of sugar. Now, tomatoes are low in sodium. They're a good source of vitamin E and thiamine, niacin, vitamin B6, folate, magnesium, phosphorus, and copper. Keep going. They're also an excellent source of dietary fiber when you leave the skin on, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, and manganese. They've got a very low GI of 15, and their GL is 0. Now, there's only one warning I have about tomatoes, and that's because many people who eat them like to pour on the salt, and that's not a good choice for the heart. A little salt, especially sea salt, no problem. Eat them on sandwiches, salads, just by themselves. Tomatoes are awesome. Beans. Now, beans are legumes, but they're also considered a veggie. And beans are on my list because they bring a lot to the table, especially in the area of plant protein. Now, I personally like kidney beans, but most beans have the same nutritional values. A cup of kidney beans cooked contains 39 carbs, and I know that sounds like a lot, but only 0.6 grams of sugar. Why the high carbs but low sugar? Well, the carbs in beans are what some call slow carbs. They're actually starch that will eventually break down into sugar, but it is a slow process. Now, what do you think this means about the GI and GL of kidney beans? Well, if you said they would be low, you're right. Slow carbs means low GI. The GI of kidney beans, 29. The GL, only 9. So a good-sized serving for kidney beans would actually be good for you. Plus, the kidney bean is an excellent source of protein and dietary fiber. Now, I've used this joke before, but it's a great joke. I'm sure many of you have heard the old rhyme, beans are good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you... Well, this is actually true. An August 2009 study showed kidney beans to promote good heart health and help regulate blood sugar. So beans are not only good for your heart, they're good for your diabetes. Sweet potatoes are on my list. Now, don't judge a food by its name. You hear the word sweet and you think you just automatically can't eat it. Well, sweet potatoes are actually lower in carbs and sugar than a russet potato. Sweet potatoes are high in fiber, and that helps regulate the blood sugars, and it helps negate the sugars and carbs that are in it. A 2014 PubMed studied the effects on sweet potatoes on those with type 2 diabetes. Now, the study was small, only about 140 participants who took 4 grams of sweet potatoes in a capsule form each day, no difference in their normal menu. The result of the study was that after the study, the A1C of the group was lowered by 0.3%. The study concluded that there was insufficient evidence to show that sweet potato was able to help control blood sugar in type 2 diabetes, but it did show that the A1C could be lowered. Now, in choice of vegetables for your diabetic diet, the sweet potato is an excellent choice. They are high in fiber, low in sugar. They are an excellent source of vitamin A and C. They are also a great source for magnesium, potassium, vitamins B and B1 and B2, I should say, as well as niacin. The GI of the sweet potato is 54, and that's a bit high. The GL is 12, but that's right there in the medium range. Both are acceptable, given the amount of nutrients involved and the power they bring to the table. Broccoli. I know some people don't like broccoli, but broccoli is an anti-diabetes superhero. We've talked about other cruciferous veggies, and there'll be others on this list because, honestly, cruciferous vegetables are the best you can have for diabetes. This one contains a compound called sulforaphane, which triggers several anti-inflammatory processes that improve blood sugar control, and they also protect blood vessels from the cardiovascular damage that's often a consequence of diabetes. Did you know heart disease is the leading cause of death for people with diabetes? So this protection could be a lifesaver. The best news, GI and GL of 0. Spinach is next on my list, and it's one of the many leafy green veggies that have been shown to drop the risk of developing diabetes. Collards are another good choice, and spoiler alert, they're next on the list. People who consume more than 1 serving a day of spinach and other leafy green vegetables slashed their risk by 14% compared to people who ate less than half a serving daily. Now, this was a part of a British study. This green is particularly rich in vitamin K, along with several minerals including magnesium, folate, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. It's also a good source of plant chemicals, lutein and zeaxanthin, that we talked about earlier, and various flavonoids. Although spinach is technically a rich source of calcium, another nutrient in spinach called oxalic acid prevents much of that calcium from being absorbed. But you can blanch spinach, boil it for about a minute, and you can reduce that chemical. Once again, the GI, GL of spinach, absolutely 0, which is why I love it. Collards. Now, broken record time, so I will put it at the front this time. GI and GL, 0. Now, another dark leafy vegetable, collard greens are an excellent source of vitamin C. It helps lower cortisol in the body and consequently reduces inflammation. Collard greens are also a good source of ALA. Now that's alpha lipoic acid. There are 2 ALAs. This is the good one. And it has a source of alpha lipoic acid, a micronutrient that helps the body deal with stress. When scientists at the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University gave aging rats ALA, they found that the animal's body created their own antioxidants, making them better able to resist toxins in the environment and to reduce inflammation. Good news for diabetes. ALA also helps reduce blood sugar and can help to strengthen the nerve damage by diabetic neuropathy. This is a wonderful aspect of collards. Just be careful not to overcook it, which creates a strong sulfur smell. 5 minutes steamed, they're done. Carrots. Don't believe what you hear about carrots rapidly rising blood sugar. While the type of sugar they contain is transformed into blood sugar quickly, the amount of sugar in carrots is extremely low. Now that's good news because carrots are one of nature's richest source of beta-carotene, which is linked to lower risk of diabetes and better blood sugar control. Now, if you're like me, you're kind of sick of raw carrot sticks or those little baby carrots, here's a free tip. Make some fries. Slice those carrots into thin strips, scatter on a baking sheet, put a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, roast them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. You don't even need McDonald's. And while The GI of carrots is somewhat high, 92, which is why a lot of people felt like we shouldn't eat them as one with diabetes. The GL of a large carrot is 1. Cabbage. The beautiful lowly cabbage. Now, it's a close relative to several other leafy green veggies such as cauliflower and broccoli, which are on our list. That's another spoiler alert. Cauliflower's coming up. And it has a lengthy history as both a vital food but also as a medicine. The ancient Greeks would often prescribe cabbage juice to treat mushroom poisoning or for constipation. Cabbage is a very powerful veggie, so much so the ancient healers claimed it had moon power because it grew in the moonlight. Now, modern science knows that its power comes from the high vitamin C and sulfur content. But no matter how you look at it, a cabbage is truly a superfood that's worth adding to your weekly diet. Another plus, again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the GI and GL are 0, which is always good. Cauliflower. Now, most people with diabetes are encouraged to eat plenty of non-starchy veggies, and the American Diabetes Association recommends eating half of one's plate, or at least 3 to 5 servings of non-starchy vegetables per day. Now, 1 serving is equal to ½ cup cooked or 1 cup raw. And non-starchy vegetables are encouraged because of nutrition that they bring into the plate, and they really help our diets better. They're high in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytochemicals. Well, 1 cup of raw white cauliflower has only 25 calories, 2 grams of dietary fiber, 80% of the recommended daily value of vitamin C, plus, drumroll please, the GI and GL, 0. Well, there you have it, my top 10 list of veggies for your diabetes management plan. Now, there are others. I know there's tons of vegetables out there, but I would put this list up against any other because it is such a good list for your diabetes management plan. Don't forget to get my new ebook, like this video, and subscribe to our channel so we can continue to bring informative videos to you like this one in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ty Mason.